Hey everyone, let's dive straight in. I recently decided I need a new boss for my D&D campaign, and I'm excited to share my review and painting process of this epic model. It's the Atrum Rex from Archvillain Games, found on MyMiniFactory, link down below, maybe, if I remember to post it. A real gem from their older collection that I just found in my library a couple of days ago. First off, ease of print. This model was pre-hollowed and superbly supported. It was essentially plug and play for the most part. I just loaded it into Lychee Slicer and hit print. The supports came off incredibly clean. I barely needed any filing or clipping. However, a small section of the rail did detach from the base due to the complex support placement. That's partially on me, as being extra careful would have prevented it, so for print ease, I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10. Now, the sculpt itself is fantastic. Well, the base dominates. It's packed with intricate details. Perfect for a display piece, but I'm aiming for tabletop readiness for my D&D game. The large surface on the base and the ghost offer a lot of room for customization. You can keep it simple with a base coat and dry brush, or go all in with detailed painting. It has that awesome grim fantasy aesthetic that I personally love, making it a perfect centerpiece for a command unit in a war game, or in my case, for a boss in D&D. Overall, I'm giving the sculpt an 8 out of 10, even though it is something that would normally be right up my alley. I think there is some things that could have been done better. Moving on to painting. The model's texture is a dream for simplifying the painting process. You can get away with less painted detail because the texture fills in the gaps beautifully. Its sections are also perfect for airbrushing. As you can see in the video, I did most of the model with the airbrush, only using a traditional brush for details like the eyes, mouth, and even some straps. Most parts are easily accessible with both airbrush and classic brush, making it beginner friendly and great for advanced painters as well. The only minor drawback is the hair, both on the knight and the ghost. The knight's hair blends a bit too much with the cape for my liking. I would have preferred a more definitive outline or separation between the two, while the ghost's hair has many gaps between strands, and it can be very tedious to paint due to this poor spacing. Overall, I would still give paintability a score of 8 out of 10, since quite honestly all of my gripes are minor in the grand scheme of things. Now here's where things get a little tricky. The model, even though it's solid for the most part, it does have some fragile parts. The railings on the stairs and the candles are quite delicate from what I would actually expect. I even broke some of the railing off while airbrushing, and even some of the candles came off while removing masking fluid. This raises some concerns about its durability during transportation, but maybe if you have a better solution than just putting it in a bag, you would be clear on that. Another issue for me is the lack of pegs for assembly. The general shape helps, it blends together, you cannot confuse which piece goes where, but pegs does make gluing it much easier and more convenient. In this specific case, I am actually very sorry to say that it was a nightmare to glue the model once finished together. It was so bad I couldn't even get any footage of it, so I'm sorry the video does not actually contain any footage of assembly this time. I'm sure it could be made much simpler and easier if I use some brass rods or maybe some wire, but quite honestly, anytime I need to use anything more than glue, or in my case 2-part resin, I feel like that's just a massive failing on the design of the model. I will give Archvillain Games the benefit of the doubt since this model is 2 years old and they would have had time to learn from this and not make the same mistakes since then. Unfortunately, regarding this specific model, all I can do is give it a 6 out of 10 for assembly. Let's talk displayability now. I think it's important to judge what we do with a printed piece after we use it, so it doesn't just end up in the landfill somewhere. In this particular case, I'd give it a 9 out of 10 for looking awesome on my display case, even if it isn't technically a display painted model yet. Overall, the Atrum Rex was a joyful painting experience with a final score of 8 out of 10. The only things I would have liked more if it had an additional mini in the pack that also included the knight standing, so I could have a multi-phase boss fight. But I can also always just repose him in Blender myself. That's it for the review. If you found it useful or enjoyable, please leave a like and share this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. Feel free to watch until the end of the video to see the final results of this little project. Have a good day. And as always, keep on painting. You find yourselves walking inside a decrepit temple, the ravages of time all around you on grim display. The air, stale with the indifference of centuries, fills your lungs, carrying forgotten history alongside it. You proceed down the marble path, long rotten bodies staring at you from both sides with skeletal glee. Each step carried you from hard-pressed battles to bring you here. Each step up the stairs, a new foothold towards your quest. A chill goes down your spine at the ever-lingering presence from all around you. You taste the upcoming victory with greed, hoping against hope that after such an arduous trek you finally rest. You hear the stillness of death break as you open the final door. And from a throne of metallic, twisting, writhing bodies you hear. Why do the young insist on dying by my hand?